Maybe on the weekend, not sure yet. But today, I'm going to start off like I did yesterday with a nice little warm up against a bot game while I have my coffee. And then we're going to get into some Puzzle Rush. I've already got puzzles up to level 30. Quite easy this morning. So hopefully from there, we can get it up to a new personal best. But we'll start off with just a casual warm up game. Hey, good morning, Benny. Welcome. How are you today? I'm just warming up with a bot. And then we're going to get into some puzzles, I think, today. Would be a good way to start. Oh, and I finally blundered. He's got here. It's going well. Just woke up, so still a bit tired. And yeah, I just blundered. That was a shame. Otherwise, the game was going pretty well.
Hello everybody, nice to see you. Guy, how are you? When I watch your stream even in HD, your name and that of your opponent are still blurry.
I'm well, thank you, and welcome. I know it's blurry. It's something to do with my setup. So what I've got my laptop in front of me right here, and my laptop will send the image of chess.com to my computer, which is all the way over there and facing the other way. And then my computer will upload it. So I've got a very awkward setup because I've got my laptop here, which is doing the screen, and I've got my computer over there, which is doing the audio and the upload. So what happens is it will actually stream through this one here, the screen that we're watching, and then it won't stream it through in high quality. So maybe I'll have a look at the settings later today and see if I can change this to high quality, because I have watched the VODs back, and yeah, it's a bit, yeah, it could be a little bit nicer. So I will work on that, trying to improve it every stream.
Hello, Guy.
Good morning, drummer. Welcome back. Good to see you again. So I'm not sure if this is a loss yet. That's coming. That's not good. Take. That's not good. I'm thinking here. Push here. Push here. There. That's not good either. I think this one's lost. But about here, take, here, push, here, push, here, push. So here, take, push, 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 come back.
Hi,
Welcome.
everybody. Please consider giving the stream a like, thumbs up. This helps Wigai and his channel.
It does. It really does. Engagement is a huge part of it. So everyone here, welcome. Feel free to make comments, suggestions, feedback, positive, negative. It's okay. Not too negative. I feel like I'm one move behind. Nah, this is just a bot match. This is just a warm up. You can make suggestions. That's all good. I feel like there's some sort of way to get through here. I'm just not sure what it is. Yeah, no, I'm just warming up with a bot match. Just a nice casual, no timer. Just sort of everything in this game was going well, and then I blundered just over here with this pawn. Now if I go here, he goes here, and then I go here. Okay. If I go here, and he goes here, and then I go here, and then he goes here, and then I go here, and then he goes here. I think that might be it. Here, if he takes, we take. If he pushes, we take. We just don't take back here. I think that might be it. I might try that. Oh, but he doesn't have to take the pawn with his rook. He can take this way. And then I go here. And if he goes there, I go here. interesting, but it doesn't quite work because then he goes here. And then I go here. And then he comes back. Here, here, here. There. Here. Queen. Check. Ooh. What did I say? I said here. He goes here. I go here. He takes there. And then I go here. Here. Push. Take. 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 Still draw. I don't see any way to win, but I definitely see how I could lose. Check. Attack. Take. Oh, okay, what's this? Check. Here. Check. Take, 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 take. Check. Goes back here. Give another check. Check. Here. Down. Take, take, take. Push. And then he's in there. So that doesn't work either. Yeah, I don't like this. Here, here, push. Here. I'm gonna go with this one. This is probably wrong. As long as he... Okay. Again, didn't say that. Damn. Damn. Alright, let's have a look. Let's have a look. I did bump that up to a 2100 bot. Now, I did stuff up over here. I know that for sure. Oh. So it was drawn all the way up to here. In fact, I was actually winning in the opening. That's a shame. The problem is I get into these positions with this opening where I am +2 and then I seem to give up that advantage. Give up that advantage even more, and now it is drawn. Okay, and then here, and then here, and then there, and then up, I guess. Yeah, I looked at this move too. they just instantly thought it was bad. Take now? No? Take our time? And push up. And now take? Yeah, it's a hard. Yeah. Very difficult position to be in. Alright, let's do some puzzles. As if that wasn't already a puzzle. Now I am up to... Excuse me? I thought I had it. I had it set to 30 and for some reason it gave me one that was on 20. Maybe because I'm on a different computer. So let me just speed run through. I'll be back in a sec. Luke Man, welcome. Thank you for the follow.
Hello, welcome to the party. You were looking at my game yesterday after the guy dropped a rook and he started playing GM chess. Did you look at that game? I was watching your game yesterday after the guy dropped a rook. He started playing GM chess. Did you look at that game?
Oh yes, I know the game that you're talking about. Yes, I did look at that game. Yes, I did look at that game. That was a interesting game. We'll put it that way. Yeah, the idea he had with the idea that was had with that move, with the pawn attack, was you know, you can give up the bishop, you can give up the rook, because the attack was so strong on the king side. Usually it takes people a little bit longer to calculate it, but the attack was there. I don't know what Zap chess is. I've never heard of it. Let me have a look. Just a 2-point material to win instantly. That's interesting. I hate the AI generated thumbnails that are popping up. But yeah, no, never heard of it before. have a look at it.
Also, have you tried Zach Chess yet?
Oh, thank you for the likes. Who's doing that? Very kind. Oh, it starts from a middle game position. What I read on there was that if you're up 2 points of material, you automatically win. I'll check it out. Interesting. 3 minutes. Yeah, I'll have a look at it a bit later today. Wait, what? If I go here, doesn't he just go there? Alright, let's set it up on the board. Is it against people or is it against bots?
What's up, Puzzle Master?
I've been acknowledged. That's the Puzzle Master. Got to think what's going on. Welcome. What's going on? Just waking up. So it's got the coffee. All right, so let's have a look. Why did they not set up? Over here it's 9:30, just starting the day. I try to get on at about 9 a.m. and give it a go for a couple of hours. Got to think, do you want a game? Would you be interested in a 15 plus 10? Benny, you say you're ahead, but you might actually be behind. It's Thursday morning here. That's all good, man. That's all good. Alright, this one's black to move. Alright, relax. We all know you're on the treadmill. You can do it. And you're streaming later today? Well, you may not hear that if you're in between sets. I gotta get back to the gym, but you know, I don't want to get too big. This one's white to move. And then back to black. I did do a puzzle rush and I got to level 30 really quick. And I'm not sure why, but when I loaded the puzzle rush, it had me at level 20 with one wrong. So I guess playing on different browsers on different computers, maybe it kept the old one, which was kind of annoying. This one's white to move. So yeah, bumping into a few easy ones here. Almost easy, almost grab that. And then here. And then here.
What do you do for forearms?
Preacher curls. Preacher curls and hammer curls. Hammer curls? I think they have a bit to do with the forearms. Preacher curls, I think they're the ones where you put your elbows on your knees and you do little mini curls with just your wrists. Okay, well this one needs to be, yeah, this is the chestnut move. This one here needs to be a check because they're rolling up with checkmate on the next move. So that's the only check. And then the king goes here. And then we've got checks. We've got checks. I'm not sure which check it is. That looks like the move. Yeah, Godsting, say it. Because I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like I'm missing something. Still waking up. Always waking up. Always excuses. In order to Oh, you don't have to put your elbows on your knees. That's just, I believe that's how I used to do it back in my extreme bodybuilding days. Queen G5? Or do you mean after the bishop takes? Because if we go to Queen G5 straight away, that's just checkmate. So here we go. So bishop takes, Queen to G5. Oh, and then Queen to E5, of course. Yeah, we can definitely backseat. That's fine. It sounds weird saying that, but it's fine. If I get to one which is something that I really want to figure out for myself, I'll just ignore. I'll just ignore it for a few moments while I try to figure it out, and then we'll discuss it. Yeah, look, I am on Twitch, but does anyone really use Twitch anymore? I feel like I'm overcomplicating this one. So rook takes, pawn takes, queen takes. We got the pin. If they go there, we go back. If they come back again, we go here. But I'm overcomplicating everything. We've also got queen takes the knight. So rook sack, take here. Not take the knight because that's bad. Go back. Knight can't move because they lose the queen, and then we come over here, and that covers that square there. But I've also got to look into takes, check, and then what happens after king here. Aussie. So I think it is rook takes pawn, but I'm just not seeing the full continuation. It's very bad form of me to take without seeing the full continuation. Yeah, I've seen a few of his videos. I'm not seeing something really simple here. Rook to b1. Rook to b1. He just goes across here. And we don't have this move because the knight can capture. So rook to b1 doesn't feel right. Queen to a6, on the other hand, kind of feels right. Because then we got check. And then we go across. But the problem here, and thank you for the follow, the problem here is it's almost equal material anyway. So thank you for the follow. And so yeah, that doesn't completely feel right, but it feels better than rook to b1.
Hi.
Hello, welcome. Yeah, there's a few. I don't think there's many on at this time. They're still sleeping in. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. So yeah, it's I'm lost here. Backseat drivers, anyone? Any ideas? Oh, we got a little follow train going in here. That's 4 followers in the last minute. Welcome everyone. Welcome to Team Wiggy. I haven't heard of it. I haven't heard of that person. Chess Time Machine. Haven't heard of that one. On Twitch. That would be another reason why I haven't heard of them. I haven't really watched Twitch in years. When you want to go and watch a new streamer and you get set up with a whole heap of ads. Yeah, Queen A6 is what I'm looking at as the first move. Queen H3. Queen H3. William, welcome. A6. Yeah, I think A6 is the move, but I'm just not seeing the complete greatness of it. I'm seeing that does come in with its own little benefits too. I think we're taking too long on this puzzle. I think we need to go for it. Terrible puzzle. Yeah, they do. I think I know the TV show you're talking about as well. Where they send him off to get dimmies, then they follow him down the street and remind him that he needs to get soy sauce for them, and then they find out he's an undercover cop. Is that the same TV show that we're talking about? This one is worse. Let's flip it around. I mean, it must just be queen takes a queen, right? Queen takes a queen, rook takes a queen, king takes rook. He doesn't have any good checks. He has one decent check, which is rook to d1. Oh. Well, we can still block it. So it takes rook here, back, check. Whoops, check. It's actually checkmate, but if we take and rook here, we can go knight here. That wasn't too bad of a puzzle. I think that one was a little bit better than the other one because it kind of had that idea at the end.
Hello, glad to see you puzzling again.
Glad to see you too. Welcome. Alright, so let's have a look. So we do have a... yeah, okay. So that doesn't work yet. But after rook takes, queen takes, then it does because of the pin. Yeah, honestly, I never thought I'd be into a self-moving chessboard, but then I got it. I was like, this is actually really cool, especially for puzzles. Paragon, what's up? What's up, Paragon? Got a little break on your 3-day match against me. What do you mean you'll be back in 4 weeks? Welcome. Okay, is this made in 2? Check. Can't go there. Has to go here. And then check. Mate. Next one's going to be black to move. Okay, this one's just a fork. This one's easy. Take, check. I don't think this one belongs in the 34 range. Uh, 1745 puzzle. I think we don't belong in the 34 range. I think we can be higher. All right, let's have a look. White to move. Alright, so there's a lot going on in this puzzle. I haven't looked at the chat yet. I do want to stop and figure this one out myself because it's a little bit complicated. First, they're attacking the queen. So something like that does not work. Even if they weren't attacking the queen, they wouldn't have to take back the bishop. Next we've got this one here, but they can go up here, so I don't see that one quite working. Next we've got the check here, and then they can block here. But again, I don't really see much coming from that. We've got another check, and then they can simply take here. So not seeing it yet, so let me get back to it. Okay, so now I'm looking at queen here, a rook here, and then knight here, using the other knight to attack the rook. I don't see a way for them to defend that rook. So,
queen here, knight here though. And then, so yeah, I am not finding this one. 1 second. Have I tunnel visioned on the wrong idea here? Is it simply just take the bishop over here, get material back, and then you're threatening that, but not really. They can take here, so that's not it either. Yeah. So if I take here, they take there. If I take here, check, they take there. So I spent too much time. I mean, it's not a bad thing that I did this. I spent too much time trying to find some sort of way for checkmate here, but I don't think I could find it. Take. Let's assume they take here, and then take, and we're up material. Yeah, I think doing puzzles maybe is a bit of a bad habit. Maybe I'm looking at it in the wrong way. Black to move. Okay, rook takes rook. If queen takes queen, rook takes, rook takes knight, queen takes queen, rook takes rook, rook takes rook, and then knight takes, and we're up a knight. If rook takes rook and anything else happens, we just take the queen. So I think this one's a bit easier. definitely a pattern. King f6, h5, rook b8, king here, and then bishop to f8, but then rook here, and it's a little bit too slow because the bishop can get out with a discovered check. And then I was looking at king f6 first. Wait, did I say that right? I think I was looking at bishop here first. And now they have to block to prevent that. They could go here as well. Either way, in. And still got that. What about rook b8 first? And then king here, and then rook, bishop to here, hitting this pawn. The pawn blocks. And then we've got rook back for check, and then he has to move back, and then we got up here. That's brilliant. I love it. Who said that?
Rook first, bishop check, take the pawn mate. What about rb8 bf8 bh6? Why is it not rb8 kilogram 7 bb2?
I think it is bb2. Alright. Let's focus. This doesn't quite work. This one here. Because he gets out here. This would only work if there was a pawn there, I believe. So let's have a look at something different. Let's have a look at bishop takes. So bishop takes, king takes, check, king moves, take, take, take. We lose these 5 pieces off the board. They lose their right to castle. So yeah, that's looking good. Is that better? Yeah, I do win 2 pawns. 2 pawns looks good. I don't think Queen C4 worked, because they could bring their knights back in. Alright, black to move.
Alright, knight takes queen here, forking the knight and the rook. Knight takes bishop, queen takes rook, and then knight takes rook. Seems pretty good to me. I don't see any downside here. My first reaction. I guess you got something like that as well, because this is just a pinned piece. One of these is correct and one is incorrect. Push the G pawn. No. We don't just push the G pawn. We got this pinned piece. It's pinned to that square, so he can't move. But he can move. Okay. So because he can move, it's the rook over here. So rook here. He goes here for check. We take. Excuse my drawing. A queen takes, and then the rook can come up, and then the king has to move, and then we get another queen. Terrible drawing, but I think you get the idea. So that one works. This doesn't work because if he takes, we go there, he goes across, and we don't have the check. That was an interesting little puzzle. I like that one. Of course I'm gonna like it. I got it done. And thank you for all the likes, Benny. I see you over there tapping away. Thank you so much. Okay, this one's a cool one. This one's a ladder mate. This one's a ladder mate. King has to go here. Rook comes down. Even if the king comes down to stop it, still go across there. Coffee's kicking in. Black to move. The very first move that I'm looking at is queen takes h2. But I'm not seeing anything after that. Even king to e3
getting to the center of the board doesn't really feel like it's going to do much. Then we got remove the defender. So maybe queen takes h2, king moves, and then f5, attacking the knight in the center of the board. Okay, so the rook's got 2 defenders right now. So if we take, and let's say they go here, we can push up, attacking the knight has to move away, and then we take the rook. Whoops. Now we move up, and let's say the king goes down. Again, attack, and even if they take the bishop, we're still taking the rook. It looks good, I can't see anything else. Now there was a little, hole in my calculation there, because now if I go here, they still have rook to g2. Rook to g2. Okay, rook to g2, queen to g1, rook blocks, queen comes back to h3, and then rook blocks again, and then we take the knight. That was another good one. That was a good one. Okay, white to move. Queen takes rook is the first move that comes to mind. Queen takes rook, king moves, and then queen takes queen, and then rook takes queen, and then rook takes bishop. Bishop takes knight. Okay. So he does have... No. Oh, yeah, that is a fork still. Okay. So... check, move, check, check, take, and then take. Yeah. Not take the bishop. I think taking the bishop might be wrong, because take. You take the bishop, they get the check, we move, and then they win the bishop back. So you got to take the knight first. Yeah, but if they fork, the knight's gonna be trapped technically. But if we take here, we have to spend time getting to the knight to get it out, and I think the pawn could push then and sort of start hacking away. Cleaner is just to take the knight straight away. They move the bishop back, that's fine, we move our bishop out. So like taking the knight is just win. Whereas taking the bishop loses the bishop. This one's, I'm just gonna do this one real quick. Take, and then bishop here. Seems good to me. Why is there anything wrong with that? Queen check, the bishop covers. white to move. Okay, white to move. Let's have a look. Rook takes 9, rook takes rook, queen to f7 is the first idea that comes to mind. So, sacrifice the rook for the knight, and then up here, and then they have to go back here, and let's see if we can find anything from here. We do have queen here, king here, and then queen across. And that would leave them with a bishop and a queen and a rook versus our king over here. That's not quite it yet. I do think it's getting rid of the knight first, though. Okay, so originally I was looking at that, but I really hate the idea because I don't like how undefended the king is going to be. It just does not feel right at all. Next, I'm looking at the bishop here, attacking the queen and threatening checkmate. The queen still defends his file here. They move the queen off for defense. They move the rook down. And then the king comes over and they don't have queen here because it's the queen. So I think rook to e6, yes. A bishop to e6. Yeah. Could have been a tricky one. The old me would have just gone for the skewer and just gone for the free rook.
In my opinion, I think a knight is better than a camel.
You could be right. Could be right. All right.
Okay. I'm looking at something like this. Rook takes, check, king moves, check, king moves again, and then we win the rook.
I always make the mistake of making a plan and moving without re-evaluating. It's nice to see you slow down between moves.
I think it's a very important skill to have. But my goals are different to other people's goals. I want to get good at slower games. Some people want to be good at fast games. So they need to be a little bit quicker with their decisions and kind of hope that they're right. Yeah, I really think it is knight to f4. So knight f4. They have no good checks. Or do they? What about here? No, that's not a good check. That's definitely not a good check. They take and we take anyway. Knight here attacking. So even if they went here, you could still go here. They'd have to move and then you would take. So yeah, I think knight to f4 is good. Mr. Scones, welcome back, welcome back. The stream's going well, Speaking of which, I got some good news the other day. I can't say what it is yet, but some very exciting things are going to happen over the next month or two. So make sure you're following on TikTok and YouTube. I'm going to be putting a lot of content on YouTube, and I'll be live streaming a fair bit, hopefully, on TikTok. So if you haven't already done so, hit follow. And I will release a little bit of info closer to the date, but I'm never going to mention it too early because I want to make sure everything is in place. But here, I think just take the rook, and let's assume they just take with the bishop. That's fine. Check, move, check, take. And we lose a queen and a rook for a, we lose a queen and knight for a queen and a rook. And they have to take with a knight because if they take with a bishop, they fall into that as well. So that seems pretty good. I think for 46, I mean, it was a simpler puzzle. It didn't take them long to figure out. It's just about finding that f4 move. That was the point of it. Now this one here, this is either going to be a very simple or very difficult puzzle. I'll just wait for it to set up on the board. But yeah, as I was saying, some huge plans over the next 4 to 6 weeks, maybe 7 weeks. Very exciting times. So if you haven't already, make sure you're following. Okay. So let's just start it off with the basics. Thank you for the follow. If I take here, we're up a knight, but you got to be careful because they've got something like this, and the rook can't take because then they can take here. Now, obviously, we would love just to get in here, but the knight is there. I'm not going to read chat yet. I'm going to figure this one out because it's a good one. There is also a check here, and if he takes here, we can't take. This doesn't quite work. The king goes over here, and then the rook goes here, but the pawn is blocking, and the rook's already gone. So I'm not going to look at the chat yet. But thank you for those who just followed and subscribed. Now, rook takes b3, and then, oh, I missed that. Rook takes b3, pawn takes here, we've got that. And, oops, I almost clicked that. And rook takes b3, and if they go here, we've got this. Yes, rook takes b3 looks good. Yeah, I just missed the key ingredient here, that we had this move up here if this pawn got out of the way. A super bishop, yeah. Alright, next one's going to be white to move. Whoa, what is going on with the chat? Did I just miss a bunch of messages and they all just popped up at the same time? I may have just missed a bunch of messages. Kel.
Where to buy that? I like it.
Let me just put up my website here. If you go to my website and click on the move, you'll be able to find the boards. I do have a discount code on there to get you the best price. So feel free to use that to save some money at checkout. I'll just pop it back up here. If you want to take a screenshot of that website, take a screenshot now. And yeah, check it out. I've also done reviews and tutorials on there as well, so you can check out my YouTube channel. Who else? We had a few messages all just pop up.
Twiggy, you should play me in a game where every piece but pawns can move like knights.
Oi. Oi. Oh, terrible. Terrible. I couldn't imagine anything worse. Alright, let's have a look at this puzzle. So it's white to move. Okay. Rook takes knight. Rook takes knight. Rook takes. King takes. Wait, rook takes knight doesn't even work because of the bishop. So rook takes knight. Then we're up a piece. And then queen here. And then rook takes. King takes. Just gotta be mindful of that checkmate opportunity. So bishop here, king here or here. So rook takes, queen h3 is what we're looking at. This is one, yeah, this is one that we just need to look through and make sure we got it all right here. So, rook takes, and if he goes here, we've got rook here. He doesn't have to take, he can always go here. And from there, I think it might be rook up. So Don't ask me why, but I think that's how it is. I'd be very careful just playing this one out.
This is where I slap all the pieces off the board and go order a pizza.
I mean, you don't need to hit the pieces off the board, but I do support ordering a pizza. Yeah, so this one here looks good, but it's not looking great after here. Okay, rook takes, queen here, rook takes, king here. I mean, we've always got rook takes again. If king takes, we've got queen here and then comes back. And if queen takes, we've got bishop here. So I think it works. I think it works. Okay, so if rook takes, queen takes, bishop here, king comes across, queen goes here. Even if king comes up, we've got rook over here, so that's good. If rook takes, king takes, we just got to make sure this is good. And I think it might be here. And then if the king moves back, we've always got here and then here. Yeah. What did Mr. Scones on Twitch say? Queen takes h7, bishop d4. Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's good. Oh, didn't see this move. Did not see this move. Material count. They've got 2 rooks and a queen. I've got 2 minor pieces and a rook and a queen. So if I come back here, am I not winning?
Pizza time.
I think you just wanted to get it wrong so you could order. What's a go-to flavor? That's the question. So yeah, I'm not seeing anything apart from this. So queen here, nice. That's the choice right there. Queen back, he moves. Yeah, and even if he goes here, then we've got here, here. There are no other types. That's the only type. So yeah, I'm thinking queen to f1. Good, good, good. All right, white to move. I've got none wrong. We're at 49, all correct. Knight takes f7, king takes f7 is an option. Then we've got queen to h5, forking the king and the knight. It's an option as well. We've also got d6, discovered check on the king, which is an option. Got a lot of options. We also have queen to h5 straight away. I don't think that's an option. So let's have a look at queen to h5 straight away, but so that we can rule it out. Queen to h5, bishop takes. We've actually got rook takes. So queen to h5, bishop here, rook takes. There's no problem there. Originally I thought king had to take, but he doesn't. So this is a fork. And how do they defend it? Maybe here, and then we take, and it is 1, 2, 3. First 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a win. So I am kind of leaning towards this one right now. Obviously, if they castle, we can take. We don't have mate because they're defending. Maybe queen h5. I think queen h5 is good. Very ugly position. You win the material. Has my TikTok messages stopped coming through? Brilliant blunders, welcome. Yeah, guys, my TikTok. Here they come. All the messages are coming through now. Okay, white to move. Rook g3, bishop blocks, and then queen takes.
So, rook g3, bishop blocks, queen takes, check, and then queen up here, and then something. Rook check and sack. Rook check and sack. Sack? What do you mean? Yeah, so this is what I've got so far. That seems good. Now material wise, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, that's just winning material. That seems good. And now queen takes queen, king takes, and then we've got bishop to c4. Or we have h5. Thank you for the follow, Lobo. Alright, let's have a look. Let's have a look, because that felt so good. Here, block, take. And my idea was take, king can go here. We even have a trapped bishop, so we're still winning material. And another idea was going here and hitting across here. So what was wrong with it? Bishop c4 now. Crap. Yeah. Bishop c4. Take. Checkmate. Damn. Smart. And then here? Yeah. And then if they take, we take, they block, and we excuse the lines. Excuse the lines. All right. My apologies, everyone. I've let you down. I've failed, but we can rebuild. I'm looking at the wrong way. I'm looking at, let me flip it around. All right, it's black to move. I would absolutely love for this idea to work, but unfortunately the bishop coming back, the king has 2 squares to go to, so it doesn't work. What about just g5 covers these squares, and if he pushes to make an escape square, we go bishop here, and if he takes, then we go here, and then he gets out here. So g5, push, take, and then bishop here.
But then he's got this covering here. If I could get the rook out of the way, and then we had the pawn here and the bishop here, it would be checkmate. But I'm just not seeing how to... Oi. What if I go here first? Then we go here. So here. Here, he gets to go here. Just not seeing it. Here, here, here. And this pawn is covering this square. If a pawn takes... Okay. Here, here, here. If the pawn takes, that's checkmate. So the pawn can't take. So here, here, here. And now we're just looking for the winning move of here. And if the pawn takes, we can push here. The bishop is covering, that's covering, that's covering. And the pawn is blocking the king. What did chat get? Rook sack push pawn. It's a line I said. G5, G3, bishop F3, and then knight F4 line works. Yeah, I think it's just the pawn push. Okay, and now if we go here, he takes, we push, he goes there. But if we go here first, if he goes here, we've got checkmate. And if we go here first and he moves out of the way, we've got check, take, only move, and then push. And I double checked this one here. It still works because they can take and then you take there. So all good. So a rook here, only move, push forward, only move, and then push forward. And that's a checkmate. That's a great puzzle. That's a great one. A lot of fun, that one. Somebody give me something interesting to put as a pinned comment. black to move. Brandon, you can get this board. I'll put the website up now. You can take a screenshot of it if you want. You can get this board here. This is my website. It will link you to their store. It's called the Chessnut Move, and I've got a discount code on there so that you can get the best price. I'm not sure if the prices I have on the page are up to date, but yeah, the discount code will get you the best price as far as I know. Somewhere between 12 and 17% off. Okay. Why do I feel like it's something a little bit more simple like this, but then they've got here? So maybe queen here is the right idea, because if they go here, we've always got here, and they block. So the problem with a queen check, I don't know if it looks good, because it kind of like pops a king in an awkward position. We are up a rook though. We are up a rook. So queen g5. Yeah, we are up a rook. That pawn's not going to promote. The more I look at it, the better queen g5 looks. Queen takes, king takes, and then rook here. Then rook here, king here, rook back, and then king here. It seems winning. Yeah, it just seems winning. Alright, this puzzle feels very similar. Open kings, stuff going on.
How's it going?
It's going well, Nick. Thank you. Welcome, welcome.
This would be a blunder because they have rook here, pin, lose the queen. This would be a blunder because I have here. This would be a blunder because I have here. And this is one of the only candidate moves I've found so far. And then they have here or here or here. Not doing a check could be a blunder because the king has to go here and then they go here, which makes me believe it might be knight here. Oh, there is no rook g3, that's a good point. I dismissed that too quickly. This won't be a blunder because they've got here. And then the king moves and then it takes. That's really good. But is it still a blunder? That's the question. Could still be a blunder though. Here, across. Blocking doesn't work, so we have to move. Yeah, that still feels like a blunder. So, queen g7, queen takes e6 check. King has to move over here, and then rook here. Doesn't feel good. Nick, sometimes it really depends. I'm gonna limit it a bit. I will play viewers, but mostly regulars and no new accounts. And yeah, because unfortunately some people like to ruin it. So yeah, hang around, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. And I could play you, but yeah, I'm not doing random viewer challenges from new people who just rock up. Yeah, because look, I do like playing lower rated people. It's a lot of fun because there can be some educational value in there as well. I used to be a professional coach for complete beginners,
and it was a lot of fun teaching them. You point out areas that they can improve, and it's value for everyone, so it's a lot of fun. So when you get a very low rated player come in and say, hey, I'd like to have a game, maybe I could learn something, and then they bring out the grandmaster strength. It's like, well, we didn't learn anything, and we know what's going on, and it is unfortunately a bit of a waste of time. So that's why I have to limit who I can play, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah, I don't think yeah, well, hang around and join in. You can always add me on chess.com, and I can have a look at your profile, and we can see what we can do. I'm always happy to review games too, but yeah, it's just, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. But yeah, definitely add me. I think I've seen you here before. You've been here a few times, haven't you? See, the king is just so open. I can't find it here. What about knight d4? Guys, I'm really sorry. TikTok doesn't seem to be updating as much. Let me just refresh my page. I'm not sure why TikTok's not updating as much. Maybe knight check and pick up the free knight. I'm not ignoring you guys on TikTok. It's just, it's not updating on my screen. It's coming back now. Paul, hello, welcome. What about knight d4 attacking the rook? Let's have a look. So knight d4 attacking the rook. And then what do you do after they just move here for check? All you can do is go here. And then the rook comes down. And they've got a skewer. It sneakily defends e6. It does. But I'm very concerned about this move here. We have to answer that. And the only way to answer it is to go here. And then the rook comes down here. And we lose the queen. So, yeah, I'm not seeing it. Knight e2. I mean, knight e2 is still the move that I'm coming up with, simply because that's a cool name. Artificial queen trade. If you can find a way to trade queens. Knight e4. Knight e4 stops this. Okay. So let's have a look at knight e4, and then what about queen here? If we block, then they get this again, and then we have to move here, and then the rook comes over. So I don't think knight e4 is going to do it. Knight e2. I think knight e2 has to be the move. Knight e2 covers g3. So knight e2 covers g3. King comes up, and then knight takes d4, hitting the rook. Covers e6.
then can't come across, but then he can go here. But then we have a queen here. So tough. This one's a really, really, really tough one. If I was in a game, I would be playing knight to e2. Okay, now it looks a little bit more clear. Knight takes, it attacks the rook, it defends the knight. The rook can't go here because the knight is protecting. So the rook goes maybe over here, and then we actually have rook or queen here. Initiate a trade. Yes, that looks good. That looks a lot better. So here, let's just double check everything. So if he goes here, now we can go here. That was a great puzzle, really tough. I think that's the hardest one that we've had so far. I think that's the hardest one, and that one took a lot of searching for ideas. Yeah, that one had a lot of ideas in it that you just had to sort of eliminate before getting to the final answer. All right, black to move, and I almost want to say rook here because he's cut off from everywhere. If he comes in here though, that's the only problem, because if I take and he takes, he's now got an escape. Rook here, comes across, push the pawn. How does he get out? Even if he comes down to sacrifice, it just comes up. So yeah, I think rook to f8. Rook to f8 and then f4, is that what people are getting? Yeah. Cool puzzle to know. Did anyone check this move? All right, check it out. Oops, almost got it. There we go. Did anyone see? So this one here, I looked at this first, but then after that, and then queen up here, and then knight blocks, I wasn't really seeing. I'm seeing here, here, and then here, but I'm not digging it. And then I have a look at here. So we can't get out here, so he has to go here. And then rook up, then he has to go here. And I'm digging this one. Queen back, king over, and then queen up is what I'm looking at. So yeah, queen c5 definitely looks a lot stronger. Mr. Scones, rook g8, king d7, e7, queen c5, king to d7, queen to d4, and queen takes d8. Did I get to that same conclusion but in a different move order? I did get to that conclusion in a different move order. Now to figure out why my move order is superior. It goes across, goes up, goes back, then goes up your way. It goes up, then it goes here, and then it goes here, and then the rook blocks that way. So up, he goes here. Over, he goes here, and the king defends. So I think queen c5 is better because it takes away that square. Comes across, goes up, comes across, goes back, comes across, and then goes up. Yeah, it's that's a good one too. That would be very disappointing to be playing a game and do the wrong move order there. Okay, black to move. It's beverage time. Out. Okay. Rook to b1, king to d2 forced, rook takes f2, king to e, whatever, rook to e2 check, king goes to d3, and then bishop to, this is a disgusting puzzle, so check, up, check, over, check, can't go there, can't go there, can't go there, so he has to go here, and then bishop check, and he can't go here, he can't go here again, he can't go here, can go there, and then rook back. I think that works. Rook b1. Let's see. Excuse me? That felt like my moment. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So I was saying here, 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 and then here. Ah. Oops. Ah, no. So Did I even get the first move right? No, I didn't. So, okay. Here. Here? No. Oh my. Oh my. If you had gone there, it would have been here. Checkmating pattern. Nope. I am rushing this because I've already got it wrong. Ugh. Okay, let's do that again. Check, check, check. We're at 55. Black to move. Knight e2, king to h1, rook takes f2, and then I think they stop checkmate by going here. So check has to go here. Threatening checkmate. So then they go here. Yeah, so I found the defense of bishop here. So check, move across, rook takes, and then the bishop comes here. The pawn can't block it, it just simply captures. Rook e2 still feels like the way to go. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you follow or subscribe. Some good content coming up over the next couple of weeks. I've got some big plans. I'll share them all a little bit closer to the time, but all I can tell you right now is I am incredibly excited, as you can tell by the excitement that I am giving out right now. Yeah, some huge plans over the next month or two, so make sure you're following on TikTok and YouTube, because I'm going to be doing a lot of content on both. So hyped. Knight G3. And then Bishop F2. Interesting ideas. I don't arm wrestle, no. Too afraid of hurting the other person. Knight G3 and then Bishop F2. So after Knight G3, what happens when they just take? They take with the H pawn. I'm seeing Rook takes F2 as the next move. Bishop D5. Mr. Scones, what do you got? E4. Bishop takes E4. And then Bishop to D6. So the pawn gets out of the way. And then the Bishop supports the Rook. That's gold. I like that. We're going to go with it. We're going to give it a go. Okay. And then we push. And then the knight covers. The bishop covers. And the bishop comes back. That's huge. Finding that in a game would be amazing. That's alright, Paul. That's alright. Alright, end game time. Okay, I was looking at the wrong way. I was looking from Black's point of view, and my first move was here, because if they take here, you can push and they can't get to the pawn in time. Then they would push, 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 push. That would still be losing, but it doesn't matter because we're white to move. Is it still the same idea? Bishop here takes, push. You can't come back to stop this square. And if he goes in here, it's too slow. So bishop here, here, push, goes here, and then here. I still think it's bishop g4. G4? Yeah, g4. Mr. Scones, you think it's h6? I forgot to include rule of the square. I just looked at the bishops. The king can still chase. So here, here, push, king here. If we go here and then king here, and then here, and then king here. No, king can't go there, king goes here. And then push, and then king takes, and then pawn push. I'm still not seeing it. 1 second. Bishop takes h4. Would land bishop takes a4. I think I said bishop a4. Christine, welcome. And then h6, and then bishop. Then king moves in. So h6. King comes up. Then bishop here. Push. One. I didn't solve that. That was solved by Mr. Scones and Christine. That was not me. I'm not taking credit for that one. Definitely not taking credit for that one. I never found bishop h5. Thank you for the follow. Guys, don't forget to follow. I will be streaming again tomorrow. I may stream on Saturday, which will be People's Friday. And then next week we'll be back to that Monday to Friday 9 a.m. grind. Thank you for the heart me. Welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot here that is this bishop is a real pain. The pawn is pinned as well, so that doesn't help. Can't even take a free pawn over here because it's guarded by the queen. So obviously one of the first ideas that I'm looking at here is takes, takes. Not seeing anything great from that. And obviously take doesn't work, so you just take there and take there. That's not good. Going here doesn't work because they get the fork. Maybe it does. Maybe it does work. Surely not. I'm going to dismiss that for now. We might come back to that later. Pushing here, take. What about this queen here? No. King h2, that's interesting. Guys, I do apologize if I don't see the TikTok messages right away. Having a little bit of issues seeing it pop up, and then it sort of pops up. Knight h7 looks strong. King h2 doesn't look too bad, but he can take. e5. Queen takes f5. You know what? e5 does have a little bit of interesting stuff to it. It actually does. e5 is the new candidate move. Oh, knight h7. I don't know. I don't know if I like knight h7. Bishop takes knight. And then e5. Hold on. I think e5, there's something very strong about e5. Knight h7, bishop takes h7, rook takes h7, king takes h7, and then e5. And then queen. Okay, so knight takes, bishop takes. Oh, but then we've got the queen trade as well. So knight takes, bishop takes, rook takes, king here, push pawn, discovered check, king moves back, protecting the queen, and then the pawn takes. So queen over here, take, check, take, queen takes, and now yeah, you can't take with the bishop. So then the queen moves. Where does the queen move? e5, rook takes e5. Rook takes e5, pawn takes e5, and then queen takes. Could be good actually. e5, pawn takes, we win the bishop. e5, rook takes, and let's say they take here, we win the bishop. I think I'm going to go with e5. e5, rook takes e5, rook takes e5, bishop c2. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a quick look. 57, not too bad. Not too bad.
We've done worse. Done better. Let's have a look. Okay, so E5 was the move that we went with. Let's try again with knight here. It's just that easy, guys. Just that easy. That's all it was. Take. Oops. Didn't mean to get out of that. So we said E5. Rook takes E5. And then I said rook takes E5. And what's the follow-up move here? Bishop takes. Yeah, that's the move I didn't see. You don't get why the bishop can't take. Let's have a look. Two passed pawns heading down the board. Rook's under attack, so we've got to do something about the rook. Oh, bishop comes back. Yeah, it's just bad. Just bad. I mean, that's a shame, but still very good run. I think we got some value out of that one, which is always good. But yeah, for those of you who are new here, I do stream almost every day from about 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, and it's currently 11:35 a.m. So I hope you all had a good time. I will be back tomorrow, same time, same place. And yeah, just make sure you hit follow. If you're on YouTube, I do a lot of content on there, hopefully doing a new video today. So make sure you subscribe on there to see more of that content. Otherwise, guys, I will see you all next time. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good day.
Don't worry about that game. It's on the next one. Yeah, he's on the next one. Clock still ticking, yeah, his lesson just begun. Pieces hit the board and his whole heart sank. Sat there staring like, how did miss that? No prep, rush moves, played it all wrong. Thought he saw the tactic, stared at it too long. Silence in the room while he's shaking his head. Beacon maybe kept, just lives in his head. Every loss heavy when he's chasing the climb. Every wrong move echoing back in his mind. Tells himself study, tells himself focus. But the score, she's staring back like he's hopeless. Looks at the board, barely says a breath. Man, he really threw that game to death. Yeah, they saying he a loser. Blunder like a club room loser. Trap his queen like nice maneuver. Like, who even taught it? Trains every night and still forgot the structure. Wanted to play solid, ended up chaotic. Chess got dreams, but the moves look comic. Yeah, he felt his time, yeah, he played it dumb. Whole chat watching like, what's he done? But he's writing those mistakes down one by one. Next time, he the one saying checkmate, son. So laugh right now, yeah, he earned that bruise.